Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Legend of Dragoon. Now, in between the last episode and the start of this one, I did a little off-screen work, as you can tell by the amount of gold I have. It's more than double what I had before, I believe. And the way I did that is I fought another one of the special enemies, and I fought a few battles with them. Specifically, well, I decided I might as well train against them because I was trying to level up additions, and I didn't do a lot of it, but what I did do was I finished off Spinning Cane for Lavitz. Now he's working on Rod Typhoon. It's a little weaker right now, but it will get more powerful, as will Gust of Wind Dance. And the other thing I wanted to do is get Shana and Lavitz's Dragoon levels. As you see, they're level 2 now. And that's kind of important for some of the upcoming boss fights, more so in Lavitz's case, but it was good to do it for Shana as well. And the way Shana gains SP, I haven't really gone over this, is she just does a normal attack, and depending on what her Dragoon level is, it will determine the amount of SP she gains per attack. At Dragoon level 1, she gains 25. At Dragoon level 2, she gains 50. I believe she gains 75 at level 3, 100 at level 4, and 150 at level 5, I think. I'm not 100% sure on the last few, but I know that the first two work because I just went through those. Anyway, the reason why we want to get level 2 is we learned the Mighty Blossom Storm for Lavitz. This is the most abusive skill in the game, by far. The reason why it's so abusive is it reduces all incoming damage by 50% for 3 turns. And it only costs 20 MP, and you can, as long as you can restore his MP, you could spam it forever. You should have more than enough time to get out of Dragoon, boost it back up, and get back in there without too much problem. It's one of the reasons I have the Bandit's Ring on him. The other one is his strength is pretty high, so I figured it was a good idea to pass the power wrist down to Dart there. That'll help him out. Shana also got her second Dragoon there. Level. She learned Star Children. Now I haven't gone over any of her magic yet. Moonlight has revives and restores 100% of HP to a single character, and for 10 MP that is extremely abusive as well. And so that will be very, very useful. The good thing about it is the character doesn't even have to be dead for you to get the HP restoration effect, so that's very, very helpful. Star Children is a light elemental attack that hits all enemies. It's not particularly strong, but because of her high magic stat, and it will get much better in the future, it will be very useful in certain situations. Not as much for bosses, but we might use it once or twice here. And Rose, nothing really has changed with you. Now, I figure now is as good a time as any to go over how I got all that money, and it's actually a special enemy, and this special enemy can be encountered in this little area here, from that dot to my right to that dot to my left, and I'm just going to keep running back and forth, and eventually, hopefully, I'll find the enemy I'm looking for, and he'll probably kill me. Okay, here we go. This one is called 00 Parts. Now, I don't know where the hell this guy got his name from, but that's his name. This guy is really annoying, and he is the next special enemy I want to show off. Now, I probably won't beat this guy on this turn. He has a lot of speed and a lot of evade, and like the other special monster, the yellow bird that we saw earlier, we are going to have a bit of an issue. Now, here's Rod Typhoon. I'm going to screw it up on purpose to try and avoid his counterattacking with that. I failed. This is instant death. He does this and he runs away. I'm not going to try and fight him again. I've already fought him enough times for now. But he has, like, if you beat him, he'll drop a Spirit Potion and 600 gold, which is, in my opinion, one of the best ways to get gold because he's so much easier to beat than the other special enemies that also give gold. The other ones give more gold, but are more difficult to take down. This one has 4 HP. Now, I showed you where you can run into this one. There is one more that I'd like to show off here, and that can be found here on this small little road here in between Lohan and the Dragon Nest. Ah, here we go. Took a little while to find this guy. I got to do some guarding off screen, which was beneficial. Now, this one also has 4 HP, and he can use a physical attack barrier, meaning he's quite annoying. So let's just guard until he does another attack here, and hopefully we can get him to not run away right off the bat. That would be kind of beneficial. I'd like to be able to show off at least what you can get from this guy. And as you can see, their extreme speed is really annoying. They get way too many attacks in. Anyway, this one, you can see it's got 4 HP. You kill it with normal attacks. You use the magic signet stone, just like I showed you with the yellow bird. And this one drops 300 experience, which is quite nice. I'm going to go heal in Lohan there, and I'll meet you back where we started the video. Okay, here we are. Now, there's one other thing I wanted to go over, and that's Hashel. We have access to Hashel now. However, I am not going to make use of him in the next area. The main reason for that is because 1, he's higher level, and 2, he doesn't have a Dragoon stone. So I want to kind of work on characters that do have them as opposed to ones that don't. That's not always the case, but it will be in this instance here. If you're ever searching through your items trying to find stuff, you can automatically sort them by pressing the triangle button. Now, if you notice here, Bandana as a helmet is worse than what he comes equipped with, which is actually better than any of the items that, you know, either of my guys have to equip. So I'm going to give him the Bandana since he won't be used right now. And I think I want to give the item, the Armet there, to Dart. Mainly because it increases his magic attack more than his magic defense. Only ups his magic defense by 5, but a lot more magic attack, which will be helpful in a couple of situations. So let's put that on, and yeah, that's pretty much all the preparation I'd like to do. Now let's head back. No. 5 experience points later, because these are level 1 enemies, and we can enter into Helena. That was annoying. Oh well. Anyway, now that we have access to Helena again, we can head basically right back in the same way that we got in the first time. Where's that merchant cart? There it is, and there's the phone, right on cue. Alright. And as you can see, Lavitz is going to be able to get up there, and I hate when the phone rings when I'm in an automatic sequence that I cannot pause. Hey, somebody else got the phone. Cool. And yeah, so Lavitz goes in there, gets all the guards knocked out, and we can now freely head in and out. And this is actually true. We can actually leave. We're here to rescue him, and luckily enough, they let us leave in case we want to go buy something, which, something else I forgot to mention, I went and bought something, and we'll go over that in a moment. Anyway, of course, Frugal is back. Greatest thing in the world, isn't it? Well, that's mighty nice of you. And apparently, as we can see, Frugal is not only hated by his own people, he not only kills his own people, but apparently even the upper brass is not in agreement with him. Huh. Oh, Albert, you're so funny. Probably gonna get you killed, but you're funny. Those guys from Bale. I'm not sure if he's referring to, you know, Dart and Lavitz because, you know, we've already had interaction with him, or if he's just referring to random soldiers. Huh. We just want his bot. What? Game, make some sense, please. And a man in red armor, i.e. the Red Power Ranger. And of course, yes. That's interesting. Quite interesting, in fact. Gone when the sun rises. Apparently it's dark even though it was just bright outside a few moments ago. And even though he is a big, massive, scary dude, he laughs like a little girl. Haha. Anyway, at this point in the game, Lavitz is forced into your party. Now, yeah, we're going to leave Shana out for now, even though she's lower leveled. The upcoming boss is, well, not extremely powerful, but if you don't do it right, it can be really difficult to deal with. So I want to use Rose for a couple of specific reasons, and we'll go over that momentarily. And after that, I will be using Shana because she'll be so far underleveled. Now, you can just run right by this guy and not worry about that, and then run by this guy, and yeah. Not too good, these guards. They're pretty useless. Kind of like my English just was. Anyway, when I was in Bale, let's check out my, or not in Bale, in Lohan. I know where I am. I know where I am, really. I bought 5 spinning gales. And those will all be used on the next 2 bosses. There are 2 bosses in this area, and so I just wanted to kind of show that I did pick them up. They cost 10 gold each in, what's this say? Does this say anything anymore? No. Anyway, this is working now. I'm not sure, you know, why you would come back over here after it wasn't working before, but it's the only real area we have access to, and this is where all the new treasure is. But yeah, so, let's get off here. Head up the ladder, pick up a whole bunch of treasure, and then we'll be able to move on. So yeah, there's a bunch of new treasure here. I don't know why you would think to go over here, but it is what it is, I guess. And here we get some weak leather armor, which is below what we have now. This game, unfortunately, does not make a lot of sense in this area. You get some new equipment and a lot of old equipment. Let's head in this door here, which pops us out down here. A la, you know, Temple of the Ancients Maze in Final Fantasy VII. And if we head into this door, we can pick up a couple of treasure chests, I believe. One containing a felt hat, which is, I believe, Rose's initial equip, so that's useless. And through this door, we go over top of this thing. Oh, there's a little sequence with that merchant if you go in there. He just says, "Oh, you again?" and then sells you stuff again. It's not particularly important, and there's no new treasure over there, so I'm not going to bother. This I do want to bother with. This is the therapy ring. This will be very useful throughout pretty much the remainder of the game. It's one of the more useful accessories that we get access to. Now, let's just take a look at the list instead. No? Let's go downstairs. There we go. Unfortunately, I get confused on which buttons. Normally in games, you know, R1 goes all the way down and L1 goes all the way up. In this one, it's R2 that scrolls all the way down and R1 that scrolls all the way up, so I get very confused. It's not... Okay, it recovers HP each turn. Basically, it gives you 10% HP per turn, which is very useful on fast characters, such as Shana, especially ones that have low HP. And that will work even better on characters that have access to speed boosting equipment. Now, I don't think I went over this at the time, but the Bandit's ring that I picked up that is now on Lavitz there, it is a male-only piece of equipment. The women do not have access to that. They do have an equivalent item later in the game, but we don't have access to it now, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to pick it up as much as I did, is because it is just that good. The men in this game are naturally slower. Haschel actually has a speed of 60, so he's, you know, with a Bandit's ring on Lavitz, he's just as fast as Haschel is normally, so that's, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, the men tend to be slower than the women in this game. Now, this one's a little tricky. There we go. Slide down here, pick up the best piece of equipment in this area, and I'm actually going to equip that. That goes on Rose there. Oh, did I equip that? Yeah, the angel robe we picked up outside of Davos's shop. I think that's where it was anyway. You know, way before when Shana was knocked out. Want to equip that on her. It also has a chance to instantly revive her. That's kind of beneficial as well, though, you know, only from instant death. Actually, no, I don't think it's only from instant death. It's just the only time it ever seems to kick in for me. Anyway, yeah, so this will up her defense and her magic defense. Not bad. And give her a little bit of evade, which I'm not worried about. So, yes, I went in there, I did that. Let's head back down here. We got one more area over here to head into. And take this contraption. What are these anyway? I have no idea what they are. But yeah, take that up, go here, and something else I have to go over. Pandemonium. At least I think that's what it's called. List. It is a normal item. It is also another repeatable item. Minor enemy only attacks one ally. So, what this does, I don't think that's actually how it works. I'm not sure. I never use it. It's not particularly useful in a lot of situations. You think you would, allow a minor enemy to attack whatever. But the only reason you'd really want to use this is on bosses. So I don't see the point. Now, like I said, I'm not sure if it actually works that way. I think you put it on one ally and then the enemy can't attack that ally. Or I may be thinking of another item. I'm not sure. Either way, it's not particularly useful. I'll be selling it once I get to the next shop, unless someone can tell me in, comments that they found a use for it. I personally haven't, but, I haven't done absolutely everything imaginable in this game. Just a lot of it. So, anyway, got all that stuff done, so let's head back up here and into this little guy. Now let's go upstairs. Now we've picked up all the treasure around here. Lots of empty treasure chests. That's pretty much all we have to deal with. There are a few more treasures to pick up here, like this one over here, containing a healing potion. Woot. Now, we got time. Let's do this. Let's do this thing! We were here before and there was guards everywhere. Oh. Oh, that doesn't look suspicious at all. Why is it always so easy to see through this? An ambush, of course. Brave. You don't want a needless battle. You're a mercenary. Well, he's not a mercenary. He's on a quest, I guess. I don't know. He seems like a mercenary. He's basically a mercenary for Bale at this point in time. Just feed, huh? Yeah, that was already obvious. Yeah, so down here we should encounter, what's his name? The Rancor. Isn't that right? No Rancor? No? Oh, well. Anyway, I guess Shana's fine. This is not even a problem. Huh? So what, you're just going to kind of stand there? Yes and no. You get some people out of the way so that you can get your stuff done without having to, needlessly shed blood. Though, if they plan on letting us just sit here and become bones, like some of the ones spread across the screen here, that would be a little cowardly. Anyway, let's talk to some of these people. And here we pick up a sachet, which is actually very important, and I'll go over that next time. Anyway, something is wrong. Well, I wonder what it could be. Hashel, you're not particularly helpful, are you? Anyway, that's all the time I have for this episode of Let's Play Legend of Dragoon. As you can tell, I have not talked to Shana because that will initiate the next sequence. Actually, I don't think it directly does, but it leads into it. I'll do it next time. Anyway, so yeah, that's all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.